Good evening, everyone here on BC WrestlePod land, and welcome to another rendition of the Grapple Gumshoes, the mystery wrestling post show here at BC WrestlePod. My name is Mikey, El Jefe of BC WrestlePod, and I will be leading an eclectic group of individuals through the 3-year anniversary of Mystery Wrestling, also known as Mystery Wrestling 25. First and foremost, joining me this evening, of course, is the grandfather of chaos incarnate and just lovable individual all throughout. Benny is here this evening.
Is Benny here this evening?
I don't know.
Benny, blink twice if you're in trouble.
No. There you are. Maybe. Possibly.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Great timing. Greetings and
no.
salutations, everybody. Let's rock and roll.
Sweet. All right. He's alive for the most part. And then rounding out our collected trio tonight, of course, longtime friendo. He is my friend, thanks to JVL, and he is mine now. No, I love Jesse with all my little heart, but tonight he is going to go by his alternative name, and you can find him every Friday night down at the corner liquor store, Mr. Dalton White Castle.
It's just which corner?
Oh my goodness, I love it. But the three of us are here tonight to get everyone caught up, sped up, and to break down all the things that went down at this 3-year anniversary show. So before we do all of that, though, keeping the intro pitch really quick, y'all, we go live almost every day for the most part. It might change from time to time, but you know where to find us. You can also find us on your favorite social media site at BC WrestlePod. Just pick whatever one that you use the most, and you will surely find us there.
We lost Benny, but we also have a shout out to Ashley. Ashley, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate you for being here. Speaking of which, if you want to continue to show your support, we go live. We have social media. We also have some merchandise at our store, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. And last but certainly not least, we do a lot of streaming, you guys. So we have a coffee bot that will be in the chat here very shortly. If you feel like donating to the cause, you can, but no worries because we love you and we appreciate you. And just you being here and watching us is enough. So we are solving the mystery as we are going to do. It's not a BC WrestlePod show without technical difficulties. So we're gonna keep it rolling, and then we'll just pick it back up like we always do. So before we get into the matches, we got to take the time to talk about who was calling the action for this one, because let's be real, y'all. Sometimes the commentary booth is where mystery wrestling lives and metaphorically dies sometimes. And honestly, I could not think of two perfect people to have on this commentary for the anniversary show. So, of course, first and foremost, and I'm just going to put them up on the screen right here. First and foremost, you got your ringleader, the co-founder with this whole beautiful experiment of mystery wrestling, Evil Uno, Dark Order, AEW, Canadian godfather of weird wrestling, if you will, but done right. 3 years of mystery wrestling, 3 years in, and Uno is probably still the glue that holds a lot of this together. He's calling matches, booking the show, pulling double duty, and participating in said matches as the heart of the brand sometimes. And honestly,
everything.
Yeah, financing everything. This man is a one-man band, and we appreciate him. His vision, his pitch, and 3 years in, it is working still like a glove. But he is not to be upstage. Well, actually, he can be upstage for this one because next to him on this show, the one and only, there is not enough words in the English dictionary, the English thesaurus, the world even.
Mikey, what was that last word?
Thesaurus.
I thought I caught that.
I said it with the lisp on purpose. No, but Miss Dalton Castle is here, the peacock himself, Ring of Honor staple, wrestling legend of all of us here, and probably one of the most charismatic humans to ever pick up the microphone in this industry, to be completely honest with y'all. God, he was so much fun on commentary. Oh my goodness, Jesse.
I need him on commentary like every time. If Uno needs to take a day off, we need Dalton in there. Just he's the best they've had so far. And that's including, the likes of Simon Miller and Junior Benito, but Dalton's been the best.
We love Dalton Castle in this VC WrestlePod house and in our own individual houses as well. Dalton Castle is amazing, and y'all should get on the bandwagon because he is fantastic. So Uno did really good, and I'm proud of Uno because I'm like, thank you for getting him because this was awesome and I love it. So this would be our commentary team for the entire event, and we got a lot of matches to talk about. So let's just get into this. So of course, as always, we kick things off with our Druids match. There's going to be a lot of talent you may or may not have been aware of, but I love getting to learn about new people. And the 4 individuals in this one they were all new to me, which is shocking because I watch a lot of wrestling. So sometimes people and promotions cross over. Not for this first match, though. So in our Druids match to open up the show, we have, of course, a 4-way opener Druids match. This, of course, is Michael Plant, Evil Blanchard, Marco Estrada, and Travis Toxic. Boy, what a name. uh they all threw hands is what I have in my notes. They all threw hands. And this is just a fun opener to get everybody to do things. And this was great. Michael Plant would walk out with the win here. Got the crowd hot early. And honestly, this was a good warm up for what was to come later in the show. Jesse, how did you feel about our Druids match? Go ahead. Sorry.
Come on, if you're going to ask the question, you got to pause to let me answer. Come on, Mike. We've been through this before.
No!
4,000 shows a week. This was one of the best Druids matches we've had. It was quick. Everybody was on the same page, and they got together very quickly. We need to talk about Marco Estrada a little bit because he is very clearly the love child of Brian Cage and Buff Bagwell. And I was actually really impressed by him. I'm kind of mad he didn't get the win. But this was a great way to start the show. We had some fun spots. The Toxic, I don't remember his name, Toxic whatever, Travis, Tommy, just whatever alliteration name you want to throw in there. Didn't really do it for me, but the other 3 members of the match made up for it, in my opinion. Now, to be fair, I'm not saying I could do better. I'm just saying as a viewer.
You heard it here first, you guys. Dalton White Castle thinks he can do it better than you. Not just kidding.
Not what I said.
MJF, he's coming for your gimmick. Oh my goodness, I love it. I agree with you, Jesse. This was definitely a fun opener. I would like to see more of these folks. Definitely come back to Mystery Wrestling.
Not to take Marco Estrada's name away from, but he's in my brain Brian Bagwell from now on.
Oh man, I love it. Oh goodness. Alrighty, so let's keep this rolling though. So after our Druids match, we get into match number 2, which saw some singles action. And so this, of course, had Storm Rider, brother of London Lightning, which is very interesting. There's a lot. We're going to get into a lot of that a little bit later, though. And he was taking on, part of No Nonsense. James Stone, of course, No Nonsense. Don't like fun. They think, wrestling needs to be serious. We can't have a good time with it. So, not saying who, but certain people like to not have fun in wrestling, and that's how they watch it. So, anywho.
What are you trying to insinuate?
I'm not insinuating anything.
Or what are you trying to infer or directly tell?
Well, let me just tell you. Jesse is actually a fun person, and he is the opposite of those people who don't like fun in wrestling.
This was the balls versus the mullet, and it was a really good match. Like I was way more impressive than I thought it was going to be. I really don't have any other notes. I honestly, I watched this so quickly, I don't remember the ending of this match. Could you refresh me on that, Mikey?
Well, in my particular notes, because again, I had notes, but okay, just to kind of give a little bit of background, right? So I have notes, but I had to quickly redo them because I spilled water all over the original set of notes, and the ink bled. So I was like, no. So I had to redo it really quickly. The
And I
important
left
thing,
mine elsewhere.
I know, we're so professional. No, it's all
Take
good.
it out of my paycheck this week, okay?
I was like, what paycheck? Anywho, the important thing though is that Storm Rider does pick up the W over James Stone. So that is the important thing here. Oop, hold up. I think we might anywho. But yes. So the mullet versus the bald. I love that. The bald and the beautiful, if we want to call it that way. But before we move on, though, bringing him back for second verse, same as the first. This time going by Sassy Squatch. We have Betty back in the studio. Hi, Betty.
Good evening. Oh, the struggle is real, isn't it? Um, Greetings and salutations. I didn't get to say that before. Let's rock and roll.
I love that. Benny, we are currently talking about match 2, which of course has Storm Rider and James Stone. So before we move on to our third one, do you have any thoughts about this match in particular?
Actually, I don't. Let's just keep it rolling.
Solid. Okay, so we just amplify things next for our third match because we go from a singles match to a 4-on-4 match. I was like, Lord have mercy. This is so many people in this ring. This was ridiculous. So in this 8-person tag team match, on the screen at least, on the left, you have the entirety of Manoko, which was made up of Kingsley, Kuya Cole, Take It Easy, Joey. Yes, that is his wrestling name. I actually Googled it to make sure I had it correct. And Tio Daquila, taking on the team of KPK, which is Abu and Ahmed, Rajan Hashir, and Saliza Sparks, who I'm somewhat familiar with on her work and on the independent scene. So it was really cool to see Saliza mix it up here in Mystery Wrestling. This match was chaotic AF, y'all. Like, this match was chaotic at AF. Um, but I loved it. Chaos by design. Like, people were wrestling and dragged in the back. Like, Dalton Castle at one point said that there was so much blood back there, which I'm like, Dalton never changed.
Did we skip a match or am I out of order?
I think you might be out of
I'm probably out of order. No, I remembered something from my notes about the last match with first off, we glossed over the cool ref.
That's right. Cool Ref was involved in that match.
Cool Ref was hilarious, and then Dalton Castle at one point just gave up because he said he lost the metaphor because he's cool, but he's smoking, so he's hot, and I've lost the metaphor completely. But then there was James Stone had Storm Rider in like a body, like a leg lock body scissors type thing. Mm-hmm. And Dalton kept changing the name from a rear-handed snuggle to a reverse cuddle. And then at the end, he just called it the spoons, like they were spooning. And that man needs to be on commentary for me because this is already entertaining and funny as is, but he just adds another level to it.
I love
But
Dalton
okay,
so
I'm
much.
done trying traveling backwards. Let's move forward to this 8-person tag match.
Yes, so this was a lot of action. This was a lot of chaos that happened. I'm gonna have to throw it to Sassy Squatch first. So, Benny, how did we feel about this 8-person chaos match?
Agree with Jesse. More Dalton Castle on everything, right? Like, he's so quick and so witty. Like, it's unbelievable. At one point in this match, he says, "Less punching, more dancing." And like, there was one point that like one of the guys had like corpse paint on. I can't remember his name. He was like an artist or something. Like, he's right there.
The artist, the face
photo,
paint
but
guy, all the way to the right up here.
yeah, like, uh, Dalton was like, you can tell he's been crying because he's like had like the corpse paint like running down his face. It's pretty funny. This was just like uh, a silly little match. There was some good stuff in here. I like the idea of the Kingsley teaming with a like a J-pop band, essentially. Seems simpatico. And the J-pop band is going up against the goth kids. Hey, you can't go wrong there, right? It's a story we all know.
Lord, this just screams like theater kid fight, and I love it from all 8 of these individuals. Honestly. All right, Jesse, your turn.
I hate to be the lone dissenter. I didn't like it. For me, the entrance was the best part of the match. The free concert we got, that was lovely. The match itself, to me, it never really felt like it got going. It seemed like, I know that when you're in a smaller ring like this and you have multiple competitors in one ring, there's going to be spots where it's a one-on-one or like a 3 in the ring at the same time, and the other people are stalling on their outside, waiting to hit their spots, hit their marks, and all to get that, theater kids and all that. But when it takes me out of it, when it's like it's moving so slow to the point where I'm realizing, hey, we haven't seen this person in a long time. Either they're injured or the timing is off. It takes me out of it. And I know it's mystery wrestling. I know it's goofy wrestling, which I absolutely do love. But I don't think they were able to hit the stride that they needed to for this match to be as fluid as we were hoping it would be, at least for me. Now, again, I know you guys liked it, and that's great, but this match didn't do it for me.
Well, Jesse, I have to slightly agree with you because again, I'm not hard to please. I love chaos. I love car crash matches. It's just ridiculous. I do think though, because at first I was just like, I like this. I mean, I love chaos. I'm a chaos gremlin, but I do agree with you in certain points. I feel like the match didn't get to where it needed to. Like I think we were stuck in first gear and we didn't get to second. But I also felt like because of how, to me personally, I watched this and I was like, maybe it's just me, but I felt like this was also kind of short. I was just like, we didn't get a lot of time. We didn't let things breathe. It was chaos from the beginning. And I feel that maybe had we got more time, we could have hit like more spots and more strides to make a more complete picture. So I kind of agree with you in that sense.
So I think it went like 12 to 14 minutes without a commercial break, WWE. But I think because the ending felt so rushed, it made the whole match feel rushed. Because it's like we went first gear, jumped to fourth gear, end the match. And so it felt super rushed. But, it could be a reflection of, as, our lovely colleague JVO likes to say, I don't like fun.
I disagree. You like to have fun, Jesse. It's okay. Anywho, I do hope we get to see all these folks be back, maybe more tag team, or if we're gonna do another 4-on-4, let's let the moments breathe, y'all. So I will say though, I do feel like of all the matches on this card, this one was definitely my least favorite. But I didn't think it was atrocious because Lord knows I saw worse wrestling during that same week during the weekend that this was going on too. So, oh good God. Anyways, let's keep this going though because we got match number 4, which we go from the chaotic 8-person to even more chaos, if you will. So, of course, we have everyone's favorite, totally alive, Jason Exile.
Totally alive.
Totally alive. I have his shirt, by the way. I like it's amazing. And he is taking on Stu Grayson, who is now rocking the Maple MLP men's Canadian championship, which is a really nice touch. For those of you who don't know, last month at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's first pay per view of the year, Josh Alexander, who was the current champion at the time, had to vacate the title due to a knee injury and having to go get knee surgery. So we had to crown a new champion. And in a very fun, entertaining, and actually really solid six-pack challenge, Stu Grayson would end up winning, and he is our interim MLP Men's Canadian Champion. It's fun to watch him be a babyface in MLP and then be a completely heel here in Mystery Wrestling. But there was also a lot of chaos too, because someone came out with some vengeance because of what happened at Mystery Wrestling 24 as well, because the Invisible Man came out and because he still got they still got beef with Stu Grayson from what happened at Mystery Wrestling 24, as the Invisible Man was supposed to wrestle Kenta, but then Stu Grayson beat him up during the entrance of the Invisible Man, and thus took his spot to be a battle Kenta at Mystery Wrestling 24. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. And what it sets up for the next event too is just nuts as well. I'm like, Lord help us. Lord help us. Jesse, I'm gonna let you go first with this one.
This was awful because I hate fun. No, I love this. And them selling, I'm sorry, not selling, but the Invisible Man being so strong that he takes down Stu Grayson and James Stone at the same time. That was incredible. I didn't know that they signed John Cena, but it was awesome. This whole thing, but unfortunately, he did get thrown through a door, which was hilarious. But you know, Jason Exile, he's still very much alive, and I am very excited to see the Invisible Man get his revenge on Stu Grayson and James Stone.
This was fun.
Oh
Benny?
man, the Invisible Man coming out like an invisible house of fire was one of the best things of the night. I love that they recreated the door spot from Invisible Man from versus Invisible Stan. Like, I love that spot so much. You know, the Invisible Man wasn't going to take that beating laying down, so you know, unfortunately, he couldn't make it to the ring at Mystery Wrestling 24. But he did get one over the Sandman, so he came back here with a house of fire.
Seriously,
so silly, man. So silly. I like the like, what was it? Stu just starts to run at Jason Exile, who's laying on the mat, of course, because he's totally alive, and it just puts his boot on him. 1, 2, 3, and the match is over. The entrance lasted longer than the match.
it really did. Oh my goodness! I also love that in this picture of. I also love in this picture for Jason Exile that we have put a car freshener on him now.
I didn't catch that at first.
Oh, it's just like, oh, I love those subtle things, right? And by the way, Jesse, as car crashy as it was, and we knew what to expect, though, Sandman versus Invisible Man, that was just way too much fun to watch. And we had so many run-ins from WCW, ECW legends. Even at one point, Mick Foley is in this match fighting Invisible Stan. I'm like, what is happening in wrestling right now?
And then there was all the reps started coming out, and it was like that scene in the Blues Brothers where the cop car crashes and then another cop car crashes.
It's insane. So Jesse, we're gonna send you. I'm gonna try to find some clips for you to watch because it was a car crash, but in the best way possible.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, because of the violence that Stu Grayson and No Nonsense had during this match against Invisible Man, Udo makes an announcement that at Mystery Wrestling 26, which is in June, we are getting No Nonsense versus Invisible Man and a mystery partner. So I am excited. And the crazy part is that this feud has been going on since Mystery Wrestling 23, in which Stu Grayson took on Invisible Man. So it's insane that we're having like a 3-show feud. It's great. It's fantastic. But guys, I gotta prepare ourselves because I don't care what nobody else says. Match number 5, intergender tag team match. Of course, you got Fresh Air, which is McGray Martin and Junior Benito taking on Drea Mitchell and Layla Wilds. And I have to say, I think this was probably my favorite match of the entire night. This had fun wrestling, comedic spots, and literally Junior Benito's catchphrase came true in multiple occasions in this one because there was a lot of, for all intents and purposes, clap them cheeks, y'all, clap them cheeks.
Junior Benito also got his first kiss as an adult.
Yes. We love seeing life developments for our wrestlers, but I was highly entertained. I thought this match was so much fun. For me personally, this is one of my favorite matches of the night. Oh my goodness. Jesse, how did you feel about this one?
For me, the match was great. And I know I said this a few reviews ago, I think for 20. The fact that it was a intergender match and that wasn't like a key plot point that they were just celebrating, it was just no, they're just wrestling, is awesome to me because the more we normalize it, the more acceptable it's going to be to larger audiences.
Agreed. I'm really becoming a big fan of, well, everyone here, but I'm becoming a big fan of Drea Mitchell and Layla Wild too. This is not their first appearance. They've been on the show a couple of times, and I think I kind of like them as a tag team. And Fresh Air is always, well, a breath of fresh air, if you will. I love them as a tag team too. Hey, JBL's not here, so somebody's got to do at least one dad pun, and that is me. Oh my goodness. But Sassy Squatch, how did we feel about this match?
Oh man, this is so much fun. I actually wrote down the introduction for Layla and uh what was it? What was it?
Drea?
Treya and Leia. uh, they were the ring announcer was looking forward to clapping. Looking forward to bonding over clapping Junior Benito's cheeks. Did I say that right?
Benito.
Anyways,
Benito, yeah.
Well, that's Junior Benito's cheeks. And then they finally did at the end, which was pretty great. Junior Benito's hanging on the ropes, 619 style, and Layla and Treya. I like the gender wrestling. It doesn't really matter to me. I see more wrestling as more anyways. So they're not really trying to hurt each other. So it is what it is.
This was just a lot of fun, honestly. And it's really fun that Mystery Wrestling exists for us to have fun matches like this. If I didn't say it earlier, but Drea and Layla get the victory over Fresh Air, and I would like to see these two fight again. This was a lot of fun. Alrighty, strap in, you guys, because next up we have our Hardcore Rumble, which of course saw KJ Suede, who is one of our Lord help us, which is one of our security guards, taking on probably one of our favorites here, Mr. Cecil Nix. Good God, is there anything that Cecil cannot do? Honestly,
I was going to say win until tonight. He actually got a win tonight.
He did. He got a win, and I was like, oh, okay. Sassy Squatch, I'm gonna come to you first. How did we feel about the hardcore rumble?
Oh my god. You know, Cecil Nix is easily one of my favorite uh mystery wrestling wrestlers. Like, because he's so smart about the way he does his matches, and I actually got the entrance written down here. Um, but like, I don't have to go through them all. But I thought this was incredibly funny, and like when they brought out the bag of talcum powder, right? Uno's like, no, like, this is not gonna happen. Like, and then like what? Like they brought out a man, just like the world's most dangerous weapon, a man. Like, uh, like Uno just looks over and goes, "I didn't even know about this one." Like sometimes Cecil changes it up in the back before I walk out here. So I thought that was really funny. Oh, the bees spot. Like, somebody brought out like a jar of bees or a can of bees.
Not the
And
bees.
not the bees.
We love it.
It's like I like my coffee like I like my women. Covered in bees.
Oh Lord. All right, Mr. Dalton White Castle. What about you? How do we feel about
This was the match of the night. This was the highlight of everything for me. It was so funny. Cecil got a win, which was hilarious. One of these times, the bees are actually going to make it out of the jar. Just the spots with the exercise ball were so stupid, but they worked, and it made me laugh every time. And then I feel like I thought at one point Cecil was going to like drop the chair and then bring it back in and throw it so that the other guy would use it and get disqualified. But and the spot with the bees where he knew security is going to come and take him, so he just throws so they tackle the I forget the name of his opponent, but the head of security. Again, this match was everything I wanted to be for Mystery Wrestling. It should have been the main event, in my opinion.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of main event, let's just get there, shall we? Because your main event for Mystery Wrestling 25, which of course, is 3-year anniversary show. Ooh, hold up. There we go. Slides were glitching on me. In the main event, this, of course, is not only for the Mystery Wrestling Championship, but guys, it's for all the marbles. And so, of course, you have the challenger, the octopus himself, Mr. Jonathan Gresham, taking on the champion of Mr. London Lightning. Ooh, I still love him in his like crop top entrance shirt. It is hilarious and it is fantastic. I thought this was fine. It's really hard because I don't think this match was bad. And it's mystery wrestling, so I was just like, okay, anything can go. I don't think it's fair, but I will say I think my expectations were a little too high, and Sassy Squatch can probably back me up on this. My expectations were a little too high after watching Jonathan Gresham have an absolute probably match of the year candidate for me personally against Echiseto over the Las Vegas weekend. But I still was thoroughly entertained. I do wish that we got a little bit more, but hey, you know what? I don't think it was bad, but I wanted a little more. Jesse, I'm gonna come to you first. So Dalton White Castle, you have the floor.
I think you're underselling. I thought the match was really good. The whole grab the wrist spot for like the first 4 minutes just to, I feel like, piss off the crowd. It worked. And I also really liked London Lightning's gear. The ode to Lightning McQueen was great. Yeah, I really like this match. Yeah, it wasn't like a spot fest. It wasn't a whole bunch of like super fun theater kid dramatics like you would expect with Mr. Wrestling. But as a wrestling match itself, it was really good. And it showed both of these, they have really good technical chops when it comes to wrestling. To me, it did a really good job in solidifying London Lightning as the champion because it shows, hey, this guy is more than just his character work, which is good and gets better every time, but dude can wrestle and he can go. He's got great in-ring prowess. So yeah, it wasn't the most exciting match, but I think it did its job in champion or in cementing him in this role.
I think that's fair too. Um, I'll talk about London Lightning here in a little bit, just because of the last couple of shows. I'm like, this man is fighting some really great opponents, but I'll reserve that. Sassy Squatch, you're up next. How did we feel about the main event?
Well, first off, I agree with both of you on 2 points, right? One, more bit drift and
Mikey, is it just me or is Benny sounding like RoboCop?
Just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Okay, double down.
Still. Alrighty. So really quickly. Still coming in a little robot. Alrighty, so while Benny is fixing that really quickly, I do want to quickly go over London Lightning's opponent since becoming champion, because this dude has had some really fun matches. So, Mystery Wrestler, so he's fought the likes of Lightning Kid, Tommy Billington. Uh, at the last event, he fought DDT pro wrestler Daisuke Sasaki in a really good match, and he's facing Jonathan Gresham in this one. I'm like, just keep throwing things at the kid because I'm excited to see him wrestle some really great people. Also, for those of you who don't know, I know we're like far removed from the initial incident, but it's just really nice to see Jonathan Gresham be able to wrestle again after surviving 2 strokes in a row.
I was not even aware of that.
Yeah, so so of course, him and his waifu, Jordan Grace, we love Jordan in this household. Jonathan Gresham couldn't wrestle for a while because he had 2 strokes, like, within succession of each other, and so after he was off for a couple of months, and then once he got the A-OK, he's been taking it slow and taking it easy, and now he's being able to wrestle. So comeback story for Jonathan Gresham is
Good
super
for
great.
him. Oh, that is great to hear.
It was super scary and touch and go, and Jordan Grace, like, the scary part of the story is this happened at home, and Jordan, like, literally walked in and found him, like, in the middle of having the stroke when she was at home, and she's like, "Oh, no, we gotta go to the hospital, like, right now," so but I'm glad that everything worked out for Jonathan Gresham. He's doing a lot better, and now he's back at wrestling, and I've always appreciated him, but I appreciate him even more because that's scary. I'm glad he was able to come back from that. Alrighty, Sassy Squatch, come back to us.
How about now?
Yeah,
Good.
there we go.
All right. So, what I was going to say is that I agree with both of you on 2 points, right? One, more midriff. We need more midriff in wrestling. And 2, I really like Landon Lightning in this match. Is it Landon or London? I can never get it right. London.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know why, because like my brain just goes, that's Landon. It's London. But anyway.
Lanford. Lansing.
Lancelot.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. I thought he like did a great job, like as you said, Jesse, that like it actually showed me he can stand with Gresham, and I really like that because Mikey knows I'm a very big Gresham fan, right? And the matches that Gresham has been having lately, ever since he came back from the strokes, have been he's been really working on the character stuff, right? And like this really worked into what he's been doing. And just a few spots that I really liked was Landon pulling the trick on Gresham, where he untied the ref's shoes just so he could hit the Shattered Dreams. I really like that. And was it like uh man, Gresham is so great, man. I'm just so glad he's back.
I agree. We love to see it. Of course, London Lightning retains his championship, and yeah, um, that is Mystery Wrestling 25 for the 3-year anniversary. Overall, this is a pretty fun show. Um, I had a good time. Mystery Wrestling is always really easy to watch in the sense that I'm gonna get some fun moments. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna have some good wrestlers, some new peoples to in the independent Canadian scene. And Evil Uno putting a spotlight on these folks is fantastic, and we love it. I'm also going to be the first to say I can't speak for Dalton White Castle or Sassy Squatch here. I love Mystery Wrestling. It's been so much fun to cover this. I would be lying to myself though if I'm glad that Evo Uno is giving us a break until June for the next one because we have been covering Mystery Wrestling like bi-weekly at this point since
Yep.
for the month of April. And I was like, I love this for them. Everybody wants to see it. But thank God we get a little bit of a break so we can recuperate, recover, and then we will be, heading into June for Mystery Wrestling 26, where again, so far, the match that we have so far is going to be No Nonsense versus the Invisible Man and, a mystery
Yes.
partner. Also, I have to say, normally, like, I kind of have to pay attention to when we're reading, like, the questions from Twitch and everything as the show goes off the air. But I gotta tell you guys, I gotta tell you both, I'm really enjoying just like whatever is happening to Hattie and him taking over like Top Dog's gimmick because now that he has the hot dog, and Hattie is now wearing Top Dog's like outfit and everything. I'm like, this is over the top, and I'm loving it.
Like, I don't want to blow this off too early, like because Top Dog, I think he's my favorite Mystery Wrestling performer. I don't want it to blow off too early, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it could go on forever, but it shouldn't. Like it feels like something they need to keep stacking, keep upping the ante for until it's like a ladder match for the custody of the hot dog cart or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. I forgot to mention that. What was it? The Cecil Nix versus the security guy. Like when the security guy did the Goldberg entrance, and like they're walking through the
sparklers,
the sparklers, and like what is Sasquatch is seen for a second and skitters off, and then Hattie is fighting Top Dog in the background. Oh man, great stuff.
Seriously.
I think the second cutaway for the Top Dog bit they were doing, I think Dalton said something to the effect of, "This is the hottest feud in cylindrically shaped meat I've seen in over 100 days." That is such a good line.
Just keep Dalton Castle on commentary, like from now
forever, please. I know not forever because I know he'll do other things, but please, like he's my favorite on commentary so far.
I don't know if the chaos would withstand itself, but I want a 3-person panel. I would like Uno, Dalton, and Nyla Rose all on one commentary table. Nyla and Dalton will go off, and I'm here for the chaos.
What if the special guest for the Invisible Man versus No Nonsense is Dalton Castle, and the Invisible Man, it's actually 2 of his boys who are in like reflective glittery costumes and they pretend they can't see them?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I would. Oh my goodness. I can't. Yes. Well, we're gonna see what ends up happening and who Invisible Man's mystery partner is going to be in June. So we will be back the first week of June, or at least the first full week, I should say. And that is when we will have our next Mystery Wrestling show. But we still got one more thing coming to us live this week, as well as a really less packed but still fun show next week, or shows next week as well. So tomorrow night I will be here with my crew to do the post show on TNA, as we will be talking about some cool things and some not some cool things, as we always do with TNA wrestling. But it's always a hoot, and it is going to be a fantastic time. But next week is going to be equally as fun. I'm really looking forward to Monday. I really, really am, and that is our next Stardom post show. And guys, we are going to be breaking down all the things that happen at All Star Grand Queendom. I figured it. Listen, it was a 6-hour show, and that includes the pre-show. And we're going to be talking about everything because, my God, there's a lot of match of the year contenders in All Star Grand Queendom that I'm
The
looking
first
forward
match of the pre-show, I was going, holy crap, how are they going to do this? Is on the pre-show?
Listen, there was a lot of standout moments, but we're going to break that all down on Monday. So the Oedo Bites team will be here to talk about that one. Then we are going to fast forward because of scheduling. There is no shows on Tuesday or Wednesday this week, but Thursday we're giving you a double dose because we are going to be first heading on over to the UK to talk about some Eve Battle Girls of Riot Wrestling for Eve 149, in which Sassy Squatch and I are looking forward to because it's gonna be a lot and it's gonna be violent and I'm excited. But of course, our lovable tag team champions Lali will be defending their titles against probably the baddest bitches in the UK wrestling scene today, which includes Rio and Alexis Falcon. Can Lali hold the title to make it to Eve 150 as champions? Because I would like to see them and French Art like have a rematch for those tag titles because that would be money. But there's also a couple other matches announced for 149, which I'm looking forward to as we get into the summer season. But then later that evening, I will be here to talk about both nights of Progress, chapter 194, which is going to be the Super Strong Styles 16 tournament, which I'm excited to talk about, and it's going to be fun. And then, of course, next Friday is TNA. Lots of fun stuff coming your way, but we got to get up on out of here. So thank you so much for tuning into our Grapple Gumshoe episode for Mystery Wrestling 25. Again, we will be back in June to cover Mystery Wrestling 26. And who knows? Hopefully, we'll have like the whole panel together, but we'll figure that out. I also need to brush up on my Dutch because I have a fear that JVL is going to say the whole thing in Dutch, and I need to understand him. So we're going to learn some things. By the way, shout out to JVL. I'm really happy he looks to be having a good time with him and his family, and I want that, and I love that for him. Just miss you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anywho, from all of us here at BC Wrestling Pod to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay biconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I'll be here tomorrow night with the TNA crew for our TNA post show. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.